Hello, namaskar. It's Diwali today, 2024, and this festival is actually based on the Mother Goddess worship. And the goddess is usually Lakshmi. The presiding female deity is Lakshmi. It's probably she's probably around since the time of human arrival on the planet. She's an ancient goddess. People know how to awaken her. They said worship on her brings light, power, happiness, good fortune, and so on. So, I don't know how true this is. On the Diwali day, they say the female principle is another goddess principle, is another divine principle apart from the male principle or the god principle or the this primordial energy that awaken when you worship Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu. That worshiping the goddess is also another form of worship, and there are scriptures and book that details and explain techniques that give you realization or enlightenment through worshiping the goddess. Some people say that Saraswati is better than Lakshmi, or Lakshmi is better than Durga or Parvati, and so on. But I think the truth of the matter is you have to know what you're looking for and what you want, and then you examine the goddess and select her based on those techniques and methodology. And so, for example, there's one new teacher, I don't want to call his name. He uses a black blanket, and he waves this blanket up on the people. Using mantras, he can cure polio, people with handicap, deformities in the legs and hands, and so he try to restore and bring them back. Maybe 50% successful, 70, 100%, we don't know. But the awesome thing is that he uses kind of like tantric methods. Slap the people and tell them to repeat ma, 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 and box slap. And he would embrace males from the behind and display various crude and gross behavior on the internet as he hug and grass these people in very vulgar mannerisms, like the Ajanta art figures in the lower caves, and these nude figures and in postures and in embraces that has offended the Western people so much. We see this being replayed by man to man, man to woman, and so this is so Tantra, they say, is based on sex. People use sex. Some gurus use sex to awaken the Kundalini. So you have to be careful. You're select if this problem is there in a spiritual way, in the physical way. There are teachers and gurus who teach you, and they say they can awaken higher mind, awaken the intellect, awaken the willpower, the best in you through sex, whether it's man or woman. And so, for example, the techniques used in various tantric school, but these are left hand, they call Vamamarga. The right hand is Vidya Tantra. So these things do exist, and if you read Swami Dayananda Adventures when he meet the Tantras, you will understand some of it. I don't know if this guy who is curing people with his black blanket is tantric. He's telling people to repeat ma, which is Kali ma, slap you, box you, kick you, all kind of things. So you have to examine the purity and conduct of people before you accept them as teachers. So like was I saying, the Diwali festival is centered a lot around Mother Lakshmi instead of Rama and the Ramayana, from which it came out of. Most of the concept is Lakshmi. They pray a lot to Lakshmi. Diwali, when Lord Rama and Sita is returning back from the jungles and the forest, Dandaka forest, and so on. So the people put the lights on the way, and this says mean that light has conquered darkness. He returns home, and so on. And So you have to be careful. Lakshmi is revered as a pure deity. She embodies chastity, cleanliness, nobility, decency. She's a female female factor, female energy principle. The Kali and the Durga are tantric, have spots of male principle, fighting and aggression, warfare. When you develop an experience, when you worship them, reality becomes like that. So the Lakshmi is in nature, mostly related to nature, good fortune. She came out of the earth as Sita, and Bhuma Devi yielded her, Mother Earth. She came out as Mother Sita, and was reared and grown up by Emperor Janak. And she maintained her chastity and purity from a little girl until she was ready to marry. And they said this was the reason for her great and exceptional qualities, you know, like she was able to lift the bow, the Shiva bow that they had in the palace there. So before somebody could marry her, they should be able to lift the bow also. And only Ram was do that. He was an avataric projection of Vishnu. Vishnu project himself into half man and half divinity, you know. But these are ancient stories going back far, and traces have been found in places in South America, probably when India was a part of Gondwana land. In South America here, they found Ram Leela festival in Peru. So traces are everywhere around the world. You can find traces because India is an ancient civilization, and people, there's one argument that said the whole of humanity came out of India, from India, the whole of human civilization, and due to migration and geographical condition, they evolve, they change, metamorphose, and these kind of things. So these ancient deities, gods and goddesses are there if you want to awaken various quality, various powers. You want to come in, you commune with the nature. It's not demonic, it's not devil or anything like that. They've been there ancient times. It's just that you have to be guided by the proper teacher and don't come under the influence of false and dark deities and forces and so on. Namaskar, happy Diwali 2024.